Good morning. It's a nice, crisp, cold day today. I figured I'd give you guys some update on my succulents that's sitting on this modified potting, what used to be a potting bench. It's looking really good right now at this time of the year. I don't get much sun in my backyard only because the sun's lower in the sky and I do have a lot of tall trees in my backyard. But this is just about the time in the morning where it does get some sun in this area, so I figured I'd do a quick update and show you guys my succulents and see how they're doing. My cubic frost is looking pretty good. It's gotten really stemmy, so I might repot this soon. Let's see. Psyche is looking really good, or is it Psyche? I'm not really sure, but as you can see, it did get some damage, cold frost damage earlier this year when I put it out too early. But other than that, it's looking really good, and apparently this one, once it colors up, it stays that color all throughout. It stayed that color all throughout summer too. My blue bean is looking really good. This is a mystery succulent. I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a Debbie or Murasaki. I'm not sure which one it is, but I recently repotted this one. It's looking really good. My peach bride is also looking really good. It suffers in the summer, but it actually did pretty well this summer. And now that it's fall, it's looking even better. It's looking really plump. My Elsa has pretty much stayed this size, and it did get some frost damage too early this year, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. It's looking plump. I was hoping that it would grow a little bit, but so far it's just been staying that size. And my Frevel, face shrunk down a lot since I got it, and I got it as can't remember if it was rootless, I'm not sure, but it did drop all the lower leaves, the bigger leaves, and now it's just like this short, stout, cute little face, but it's doing well. And my Cornophytum orbiculata, this one, I think it's just been struggling a lot, and it has a good amount of new growth, but as soon as it puts out new growth, it drops the bottom leaves. And it's like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's two branches over there. The one on the left is not necessarily doing so great, but it's still hanging on. Every time it puts on some new growth, the bottom leaves keep dropping, and it's been pretty much the size for quite a long time. I want to say more than a year. And my sunburst has some sort of this weird spotty problem, but I know that some of these succulents do have this issue over the summer, and it's not going to kill the plant or anything, so I've heard, but it does take quite a long for it to recover, so we'll see how it does for the rest of the year. My Doramon is looking really good. Trying not to cover the sun. It's looking really good. My Margaret Rose, fortunately it got some frost damage earlier this year. It dropped most of it, but I feel like it's just kind of frozen in time. It hasn't really put out new growth, but it's not, dying either, so I'm just kind of keeping watch. I might have to repot it soon, give it some fresh soil. And this is my Aeonium Barbado. Ever since the weather got a little bit cooler, it's been putting out this crazy pink color, so that's been looking really good. Let's see, my Sedifolium. It was looking really sad over the summer, but it's finally woken up, I guess. I'm not sure that if it was dormant over the summer. I mean, Aeoniums are supposedly dormant over the summer, so it's finally looking really plump and looking really alive right now, so that's good. And what is this? It's an Aeonium, but I can't remember the name. Let's see. This is my Amethystinum. I think that's how it's pronounced. It looks very similar to the pink moonstone, but apparently it isn't. My bluebird is looking really good. It's starting to get really plump. It still has a skirt, but I feel like bluebirds, it is what it is. This is how they look, and I don't mind it as long as it's healthy. I don't really mind the look at all. And my Atlantis cluster, this is a fairly new one. The face was much bigger, but as you can see, like the lower leaves, those are the original face. When I first got it, a lot of them dropped, and now it's putting out these more sort of short, stout looking leaves, and it's doing pretty well. Melanthus, I feel like they really do like water, so I do have to water them more often to keep them plump. And of course, my lovely rose suffered a lot over the summer, but it's finally looking great again. It's getting plump and it's putting out new growth. You can see there's a little bit of color coming through. Okay, my silhouette. This was repotted into this pot not too long ago. I'm gonna say perhaps in the spring. It took a while for it to shrug. It took a while for it to settle into this new pot. And now it's finally, for the longest time, it wasn't responding to water, but now it is. And look at how thick the leaves look. Like they're very plump and looks really healthy and nice. And I think it's ruby blush. I think that's what it was. Originally, when I first got it, it was very leafy and the face was really big. Now it dropped all of its leaves and got very strangely leggy. And now all the new leaves are very plump and it's this beautiful, beautiful color. When I first got it, it was green, and that wasn't that long ago. I don't remember exactly what month I got this, but it wasn't. I don't even think it's 6 months old. And my pink moonstone, once upon a time, it was beautiful, but it got some frost damage, and it dropped a lot of the leaves, and it's finally coming back, and it's starting to look beautiful again. But it's gotten very tall. Now let's see. This is my. Ooh, I can't remember the name of this. I cannot remember the name of it. I will put it in. But this has been this same size, I want to say, since the day I potted this in this pot. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... I mean, it's gotten plump now that it's fallen. It's responding to water. And I know that it's healthy. It's just not putting out any new growth, which is really odd to me. Okay, now this is my Sedum clavatum. I bought a new one, although I have a bunch of other ones. I bought a new one because I saw how beautiful, I mean, it takes a while, but how beautiful it gets. I don't know when was the last time I did a short on my other older one, that older plant that I had for almost 2 years. But those were looking really great all through the summer too. Managed to not drop any leaves, but strangely, lately, this season, a lot of my plump succulents are dropping leaves right now at this very moment. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, this is one of the succulents that really sparked my obsession. So I do have several of them, and I decided to get another one because I just love seeing how these grow and how they start rounding out and looking really cute and bubbly. So, and let's see, this is my Victoria. I can't remember the name. I'm not having a good morning today. My memory is not so great this morning. I can't remember this, but yes, this actually has been doing really well. These offsets were very tiny when I first got this. There were no pups, and then all of a sudden started putting out pups, and now the pups are almost the same size as the mother plant. And this one lost its center node. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those. I just keep them in the plant as long as they're living, but the center node just disappeared one day. And that happens with some of these succulents. I've seen it happen actually quite a lot of times, but a lot of times they put out pups once the face is gone. But this one has just been sort of like faceless for the longest time. But all the other ones are looking good, so I just keep it as is. And lastly, on this shelf, this is my Aeoniums. I think that's how it's pronounced. This little fella is putting out colors right now, but yeah, this is another one that sort of kind of like stayed this size from day one. The layers have come in, and I feel like there's definitely has been growth, but not necessarily width-wise. It's just sort of puts on more leaves, and the leaves get more plump. And this one also likes water. I have to water it quite often. I want to say at least every 10 days I feel like it needs water. But yeah, size-wise, it hasn't really grown. It's always sort of been the size, if my memory serves me correctly. Other than that, yeah, it's healthy. It's doing great. It's looking really nice, putting out nice colors. And that was my update on some of the succulents on this shelf. And as you can see, I kind of like grouped all my gray pots here. I do like all my pots to be cohesive looking, I guess. I really enjoy having them out here, so hope you guys enjoyed this little tour. And I'll do some other tours on my other plant shelves that are out here. Till then, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye now.